Hi, I'm John Strange. Welcome to EDM 310's movie Manage Your Time Wisely. In the earlier movie, welcoming you to EDM 310 in the summer of 2010, I talked about the great importance of managing your time wisely. Just what do we mean by that, and how do you do it? Well, in EDM 310, you're going to be required to work on EDM 310 work 15 hours a week. Yes, 15 hours a week. That means that if you didn't have a full-time job and you didn't have any other responsibilities, you could be taking 3 courses this semester and not just totally collapse from overwork. But EDM 310 will require you to do 15 hours of work. You are responsible for your own learning. There are not a lot of classes you have to go to, only 4, first week and last week. We highly recommend the labs on Tuesdays, and we require you to set aside Thursdays in weeks 2 through 7 for collaborative work, but the required classes just make up 4 classes out of the entire semester. But that doesn't mean that that's the only time you work. You've got to put in 15 hours a week every week, all summer, all 8 weeks. So what do? Well, you buy yourself an organizer, or you make one out of paper, or you go on the internet and find an organizer, and you look at it and you say, okay, where is my 15 hours a week going to fit in to my week every week? Now you can move it around, doesn't have to always be in the same place, doesn't have to be at the same time. If something comes up, as long as you don't abandon it and move it somewhere else, that's okay. But you have to have 15 hours a week. So the best way to do it is just mark it off on a calendar, go to work on EDM 310, and you'll be surprised how far ahead you'll get actually if you'll do it on a regular basis. As I said earlier, you learn the tools first and then apply them in projects, which means that in some cases there's going to be a lot more time spent early in the semester rather than later in the semester, and that makes it even more difficult for the summer because it's so short that you don't have time to practice these tools and then apply them to the projects. You just have to learn them and jump in on the projects, and there isn't any way to do it other than that. Now the projects do start relatively short projects at first, but then they become increasingly complex and time consuming because many of them are also collaborative after you have learned the new tools. All require that you start early. You can't wait till the last minute to get started. It'll be too late by then. And procrastinators really risk major penalties in EDM 310. Especially in the summer. You just don't have enough time to put things off. You got to get working on it immediately and really start getting those tools well developed in your skill set and then apply them to the projects that you have to do. How many times have I already said, do not be late with your work? As I said earlier, you're in training to be a professional, act like one. Submit your work on time. So what's the last point I'm going to make in manage your time? It is do not be late with your work. I hope everybody understands that. Do not be late with your work. Manage your time so that your projects are done well and on time, and have fun as well. But it's, summer is not an easy time to take a course, and in a course like this where you have to master skills first and then apply them, it's even more difficult. But I'm sure you can, as long as you set aside the time you really need to do EDM 310. And if you pick things that are fun to do, the time will fly by and be much easier to do. And call us if you need help. Really important to do that. Don't wait. Call as soon as you need help. Call, Skype, email, SMS, or tweet us. Any of those will work.